Guys, I'm back with yet another video. Sorry for missing out last week, but in my defense, it is very difficult to multitask when you're hiking the mountains in Himachal. I know you won't believe me, so here you go. Keeping in mind the cold weather, today's classic is a poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Frost, snowy, well, put the two together. We have a cold weather poem. Bad joke. The poem tells a story of a man traveling through some snowy woods on the darkest evening of the year. Well, the title says it all, so it's a spoiler in itself. But that's so spooky. At least I don't have the courage for that. But he's pretty much in love with what he sees around him. He's on his way back to town, but he can't quite tear himself away from the lovely and dark woods. Oh, I can already feel him. Can you? Moving on to the first stanza. Whose woods these are, I think I know. Does he? His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here. Watching his woods fill up with snow. That sounds more like a children's poem, right? But that is so. The beauty of Frost in its is in the simplistic rhyme scheme that he uses. But who is he? Is he the landowner who lives in the village? The village here represents civilization. Who likes that? The speaker is away from the prying eyes of people. Lucky guy. But to a spiritual person, can he signify God? Godo? Well, you tell me. Moving on, my little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake. Now that's romantic. The darkest evening of the year. Now, have you ever analyzed what your dog might be thinking? Well, here the speaker is psychoanalyzing his horse, who is personified. Please don't ask me the meaning of personification. I hope you know. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. When you woke up at midnight to get some cold water, did you hear another person's footsteps behind you? Well, imagine our poetic persona in the woods. Of course, he has paranoia. Now, time for my favorite lines. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So, a personal anecdote here. I could relate to the last lines literally last weekend. After wandering around, we had to go to our campsite. And guess what? It was steep and very, very dark with not a single street light on the way. Now, I might have been applying to various gods for help while my comparatively brave guy was trying to get this heap of fear up the dark, long passage. Miles to go before I sleep? Yes, I did imagine my bed as a motivational factor. Frost was psychic, at least in my case. So that's it for today. Tell me what you think about this masterpiece. Is it a nature lover's heaven or what? Now tell me in the comment section below your interpretation of Frost, or the first time when you heard this poem, or does it make you go to the mountains? Tell me all. I would love to hear all of that. Till then, happy reading. Bye bye.